Sir, I rise to call the attention of the Chief Minister in charge, Home Political, under Rule 54(1) of the Rules of Procedure and Conduct of Business to the news item published in SP News Agency under the caption Kajingakren Port Kampadep Lawansi Mauport Kaasam Hashnang Umshru. Mr. Deputy Speaker, sir, may I stand corrected? It is not Wa Umshru, it is village Umshru, Ribhoi district. Unreported in news channel, the Shillong Mail Ukarwa Kaatir, dated 12 March 2022, under the caption, Dei Kasarkar Pat KHADC, Kiban Jubab, Bawanpoy U Maupot, Nasam Hajaka Meghalaya HANM. Mr. Deputy Speaker, sir, with the above news item published, where the Neutrap Achik National Movement HANM dumping the boundary pillars of Assam in front of the Secretariat Office and Khasi Hills Autonomous District Council in the afternoon of 12 March 2022. Speaker, sir, the reports of the unilateral action of the government of Assam's installation of boundary pillars at Umshru village, Ribhoi district, despite the ongoing negotiations on the boundary issue between Meghalaya and Assam, is very serious and affect the peaceful proposed interstate boundary settlement. This tantamounts to disrespect of the talks between the Honorable Chief Minister of Meghalaya, the Chief Minister of Assam, and Government of India. Sir, CMs and the Darbars of Hima Jirang had alleged and also lodged a complaint with the Deputy Commissioner Ribhoi district that Assam has put up boundary pillars in Umshru, Umshalani, Amring, Narling, Domu Paham, Patharkhayong villages. Sir, let me inform the House that Umshru village does not fall under the areas of dispute between Assam and Meghalaya, whereas Umshalani, Amring, Narling, Domu Paham, Patharkhayong village fall under the identified dispute area of Burdwar, which is to be taken up in the second phase of boundary settlement between the two states. Deputy Speaker, sir, the boundary pillars are being erected by Survey of Assam. And how can the Survey of Assam erect boundaries pillars when both the states have signed the Memorandum of Understanding MOU to resolve the boundary dispute? Mr. Deputy Speaker, sir, the Honorable Chief Minister in his statement has given the assurance that the details of Memorandum of Understanding on border settlement will be made public, pending the final agreement after the tripartite meeting between Meghalaya, Assam, and the Ministry of Home Affairs. Mr. Speaker, sir, our government are in a positive steps to settle the first phase on 6 areas of difference, keeping in mind the remaining 6 areas of differences which is to be taken up in the second phase. But sad to inform Mr. Speaker, sir, that government of Assam is already on the move to capture more areas that does not even fall under the dispute areas between Meghalaya and Assam. So how do we gain trust on the government of Assam? I should say, Mr. Speaker, sir, it is a breach of trust. May I suggest the Honorable Chief Ministers and the entire team, it is high time for our states to have our own regiment, that is Meghalaya Regiment, to also create an opportunity for allowing our indigenous young boys to be recruited in the Meghalaya Regiment, and this regiment, I would suggest, they will be deployed and guard our borders. Therefore, Mr. Deputy Speaker, sir, I call the attention of the Honorable Chief Minister to kindly take up this important matter immediately with the Ministry of Home Affairs, Government of India, to stop such unauthorized activities engaged by the government of Assam. With these few words, I resume my seat. Thank you, Mr. Deputy Speaker, sir.
Mr. Deputy Speaker, sir, I'm thankful to the Honourable Member, Shri Lambor Malinyang, MLA Nongkrem, who has tabled the calling attention notice in this August House on the news item which appeared in SP News Agency dated 11th of March 2022 under the caption Kajingya Kren Put Kampat Depla Wansie Maputka Assam Hawa Umshru RB District, and YouTube channel the Shillong Mail U Korwa Ka Atyar dated 12th March 2022 under the caption Dei Ka Sorkar Bat KCDC Ki Ban Jobab Ba Won Poe U Mauput Na Assam Hajaka Meghalaya HANM during the budget session of the Meghalaya Legislative Assembly 2022. Mr. Speaker, sir, with regards to the above mentioned news item, I would like to inform the House as following. The matter came to the notice of the Deputy Commissioner, Reboy District, on the 13th of March 2022, who immediately took up the matter with his counterpart in Assam, the Deputy Commissioner of Kamrup Rural. As informed by the Deputy Commissioner, Kamrup Rural, the government of Assam, is doing cadastral survey for non-cadastral villages in all the districts of Assam under Mission Bansundara. Under this initiative, survey was done in the Assam side near Umshru village of Reboy district, and the pillar mentioned were erected based on this initiative. Further, the Deputy Commissioner, Kamrup Rural, clarified that these pillars in no way demarcate the boundary of Assam and Meghalaya, and that this exercise has nothing to do with the Meghalaya-Assam boundary resolution. However, the Deputy Commissioner of Reboy district informed the counterpart that these pillars can potentially mislead and create confusion regarding the Assam-Meghalaya border, and therefore requested to remove the pillars immediately. Based on the request, the officials from the Assam removed 3 pillars mentioned in the news article. Also, 1 pillar was removed by some unidentified person. The matter has been taken up by the Deputy Commissioner, Kamrup Rural, and it has been assured that other such pillars located in hard-to-reach forest areas will also be removed by Tuesday, 15th of March 2022. Mr. Speaker, sir, the Police Department has taken up the following measures to prevent any untoward incident occurring in the area, which are: number 1, extensive patrolling is being conducted in the border areas. Number 2, the officers and personnel of Jirang Anti-Dacoity Camp have been instructed to maintain strict vigil in the area. Number 3, sector officers in close coordination with the border magistrates have been instructed to liaise with the counterparts in Assam. And number 4, quick response team has been detailed to attend any untoward incidents in the bordering areas. Mr. Speaker, sir, the overall situation in these areas is largely peaceful, and the situation is being closely monitored by the police department and by the district administration. The matter was also immediately taken up at the nodal officer level, and the Commissioner and Secretary, Border Protection and Development Department, Government of Assam, come nodal officer, has assured to remove the pillars. Further, the Chief Secretary also took up the matter with the Chief Secretary of Assam to stop such activities. Further, I would like to inform that Umshru village is one of the villages claimed by Meghalaya and falls under Bordwar area in Riboy district, which is one of the 12 areas of differences with Assam, which will be taken up in the second phase of the boundary settlement with Assam. I also would like to inform the House that on the day that this incident was reported and it came to light, I had a personal talk with the Honorable Chief Minister of Assam, and he categorically informed me on the phone that he was not personally aware of this particular exercise that was taking place. And he mentioned categorically to me that he will take necessary steps and instruct the officials to stop such exercise and also to remove the pillars from these areas that were put in. And I do appreciate what the Honorable Member has said, that when such talks for resolution of the border is taking place, it is very important to maintain the trust. And therefore, let me assure that the Honorable Chief Minister of Assam and myself, we are maintaining close contact. And any issues that are coming up that could create any kind of disturbance or could create some kind of a situation is being monitored at the top level. And therefore, we get the response from Assam. There could be such incidents and other incidents that could take place, but let me assure the House that whenever such things do happen, we will be moving swiftly and we will ensure that communication is made to the Government of Assam, to the Honorable Chief Minister, to ensure that nothing of these sorts of incidents should happen which could create confusion and could potentially mislead the discussions that is taking place for the border resolution. So therefore, sir, the actions have been taken in this regard. And also, in the future also, we have a very large system in both governments working. And incidents could happen which are very far from the decision making that is happening at the top level. But what is important is to ensure that swift action is taken to neutralize any kind of such actions that are taken by either side, that is either government of Assam or government of Meghalaya. And as I said, swift action has been taken in this regard. And even in the future, if any such incidents or situations do come up, we will ensure that these incidents are controlled so that the talks that are going on should not be disturbed. So with these few words, I once again thank the Honourable Member for giving me the opportunity to clarify on this particular situation. And with these few words, I resume my seat. Thank you, sir.